So good to have a break every now and then. How's it going, everybody? My name is Tyler from Texas. Welcome back to another motovlog. Gosh, how long has it been since I've done one of these? Must have been months. Well, of course it's been months. Regardless, it's been a while, and I decided that I'm going to go out and have a quick ride since I have a small little break. Make sure Sheila here is running fine, and she's running fine. And I have to be honest, I have recorded stuff in the past since that update, but I keep, removing the videos because I can't find anything interesting to really talk about, or I just don't like what I have to say in these videos. So, after thinking about it, I decided I'm going to tell you a couple of stories of my time when I was a jailer. That's right, for those of you who don't know, I was actually a jailer for a small Texas county for about 8 months. This is back when I was interested in pursuing a law enforcement career. Got my foot in the door as a jailer, but then after 8 months I decided to quit. For various reasons I'm not going to get into. But anyway, being a jailer for 8 months certainly has some interesting stories involved. So, now before I get into these stories, of course I have to put in this little message saying, warning. The stories about to be told have explicit content not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion advised. So, yep, you've been warned. Come on, light. I want to go left. Come on, light. I want to go left. I want to go left. I want to go left. Cold front did hit just now, so it's actually kind of cool. It's been unusually warm for the past little while. But now that the cold front is here, it's starting to get cool again. But anyway, I'm just sort of rambling on and on. Let me just go ahead and tell you one of the stories I have as a jailer. Okay, so let me think for a second. Oh, okay, I got it. So, one night at the jail, a couple of sheriff's deputies brought in this guy. I believe he was being charged with driving without a license and possession of a controlled substance. And for those who don't know what a controlled substance is, it's basically having prescription pills without it being in a prescription bottle. Anyway, that's what he was charged with. So, as he was coming in, we have to do the usual paperwork. We have to ask him a series of questions to make sure, he's not suicidal. So, I walked up to him with my paperwork, have a checklist with me of all the various medical questions. So I just started asking him, alright, state your name, please. Okay, are you taking any sort of medications? Are you diabetic? Have you had thoughts of suicide? Have you attempted to kill yourself? Do you have AIDS, etc., etc., etc.? Something that's very important that needs to be addressed, if need be. Now, moving on, I got to the very last question of the questionnaire. He was cooperative, although he is a bit upset, obviously. I mean, not so much that he has been arrested, but the fact that apparently he was hauling a horse. And I guess he was pulled over. He was driving a truck, and he was pulling a trailer with his horse inside. And he was crying because he was wondering what's going to happen to his horse. Holy crap, it actually got really cold. I might not be out here for terribly long. So, anyway, I got to the last question. I asked him, okay, at this time right now, do you have any illegal drugs or substances on you? Any illegal weapons? If you tell us right now, you will avoid getting a felony charge and instead will be charged with a misdemeanor. Okay, and I have to say, that seems like entrapment, but whatever. I have to ask her those questions. He said no. And I'm saying, okay. So we brought him inside. I did a quick pat down. So far, so good. Sorry for that little brief pause. There was another motorcycle rider in front of me, and I just think it'd be kind of weird if he just hears me, you know, talking to myself pretty much. He just looks at me just like, what the hell is your problem, dude? Do you have any friends? Dude, it's okay to not have friends, but keep your thoughts to yourself. Anyway, I just decided to shut up for a second. Okay, so I'll see, I patted him down. Alright, so because he was brought in for possession of a controlled substance, I have to take him into another room to do a complete strip search. My favorite part of the job, not really. So I have to do a complete strip search on the guy. We got him into another room, so we had him to, well, take his clothes off. And again, so far so good. And again, I should say this again, you know, warning, what you're about to hear is explicit material, viewer discretion advised. So you've been warned twice now, so if you didn't leave and you get offended or you get disgusted by what I'm about to tell you, that's kind of your fault. I've warned you twice now, so deal with it. So got to the part where he was completely butt naked. Yep. So I was keeping professional. I was keeping, you know, very professional. I told him, okay, lift your junk. He did just that. Okay, turn around. Now, his back is facing me. Squat. Cough real hard. And he did just that. And upon speculation, there was something in his ass. Just looking back on it now, it's just hysterical. If I ever become a comedian, that's going to be one of my stories, just because of how crude it is. But I digress. So, I noticed something was up his ass. So, I had a decision to make. As a young newbie jailer who doesn't know how to do my job exactly properly because, well, I'm new, I thought the best thing to do was, while wearing gloves, yeah, I did that. So, I just told him to keep that position as I was slowly reaching in. And, I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. I mean, it's horrible I had to do that, but that was part of the job. So, and he realizes that he knows what I saw. So he's desperately trying to get his goods further up. Oh man, I'm laughing so hard, I'm fogging the helmet. Further up in his ass. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Okay, I didn't seriously say it like that. I was just telling him, stop doing that. And then I got in and boop, pulled it out. Baggie of marijuana. And as soon as I pulled it out, the smell of weed was intense. I could just smell it. And of course I looked at him, I'm just like, dude, why didn't you tell me the truth? And as he was kind of sobbing, because again, his horse, he was just like, I didn't know you were going to do all that. Needless to say, I got him to get dressed again. I brought him back out to, you know, sort of the bookend area where the two deputies are still typing up the reports. And I just went up to them and just said, I found this. And he was just like, where? And I was trying to sound as professional as possible. I decided saying the word ass wasn't necessarily the political correct term in law enforcement, so I said, up his buttocks. Anyway, they looked at him, they got on him about it, saying, you're going to be charged with a felony now because you purposely lied about bringing marijuana into the jail. Which, once again, I feel that's entrapment because it's not like he wanted to be in jail, but whatever, I digress. So, they didn't charge him with the felony, they kept it a misdemeanor. But the story kind of got around the jail. Even the inmates know. And I'm one of those jailers I was one of those jailers that is very, very thorough when it comes to searching people. I want to make absolutely sure they're not bringing any sort of contraband inside. That was the only thing I found that was, well, illegal before somebody was going into jail. I think there was one other time I didn't really confirm that some other jailer did, but I noticed something odd about one guy's particular bag after they were done working in the kitchen. It was used tobacco, which was disgusting, by the way. The guy was so desperate to use used tobacco, chewing tobacco as that. But anyway, that's story number one. And of course, now the inmates, anytime they're being searched, they're like, oh, don't bring Tyler out. Please don't bring Tyler out. Come on, boy! You gotta get a rectum exam! Woof. So yeah, that's one of the stories I had as a jailer. Alright, this is actually getting kind of cold, so at this dead end I'm actually going to turn around and head home. I mainly just want to make sure Sheila is working fine, and she's working just fine. So I'm just going to turn around and head home. But as I'm heading home, I'll tell you one other story when I was a jailer. Okay, this one is not as crude, I promise you that. So, warning, the following information is readily available to the public. No, that didn't sound right. What you're about to hear is based on true events. Viewer discretion advised. Except not gross, I guess. Alright, so at this jail we have this thing called commissary, and for those who don't know what commissary is, what we do is, for the inmates that are being good, we allow them to purchase something from the commissary. It can range from, like, you know, potato chips, cookies, jerky, ramen if they have a little hot plate, which they recently discontinued inmates using the hot plate for, you know, various reasons. And I'm going to go ahead and turn around right here. Just want to make sure no one's turning in all of a sudden. Oh, that guy is. So I'll let these two go. Alright, there we go. I love doing that. So anyway, if the inmates are being good, they get commissary. If they have money, they get paid for stuff like potato chips, ramen noodles, etc. And they fill it out every Tuesday and they get it every Thursday. So one particular Thursday, I was passing out commissary. And we have an inmate, I forget his name. We just call him, let me think. Again, I don't remember his name, but he always causes issues. But for whatever reason, he still has access to the commissary. I guess he was just more annoying than causing problems. So anyway, he I'm at his cell along with the other inmates, handing out commissary one by one. And what we do is we give the inmates the opportunity to look through the commissary bag, make sure they got everything, and if they feel like they're missing something, they can, you know, mark it down on a sheet of paper, and we'll try to fix it if we feel like, yeah, he was legitimately missing it. But anyway, the lieutenant covers that. So this particular inmate, we'll call him Joe. Joe was looking through his commissary bag, and he claims that the other corrections officer stole some of his potato chips, or that, you know, the people in the commissary neglected to give him everything he wants. So I'm like, okay, we'll go ahead and mark it down. He's like, no, I'm not taking this. Not without my potato chips. I'm like, dude, bro, you either take what you have and mark what's missing so we can try and fix it, or we'll just take it away from you. He's like, well, fine, I don't want it anyway. So he's bitching and cussing, and he's telling me how the jailer that took his commissary sheet should, you know, kill himself, and he's going to kill his family. And of course I'm just like, yeah, well, he's clearly not getting the commissary now. He refused it anyway, so whatever. So as I was giving commissary to the other inmates, he's sort of back there cussing and screaming about how he's missing his food, missing his potato chips. And, you know, I'm just telling the other inmates, I'm sorry I have to deal with this shit. Although they deal with it all the time. I don't think they really notice anymore. So we're getting towards the end, and then Joe decided, you know what? Just go ahead and give it to me. I'll sign for it. Fuck, just give it to me. I'm like, no! I'm like, no, you're not getting this. Not after what you said about that jailer's family and how he should commit suicide. He's like, well, fuck you, man, you should commit suicide, blah, 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 blah. And of course, I'm just like, yeah, scream what you want, scream all you want. I'm going to take this commissary and, you know, take it back. And what's funny is that for those who don't get commissary because they choose not to get commissary, or they're not allowed to get commissary, they do get this pack of, you know, toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, and all that good stuff. So I got back and I handed everyone their indigent packs, including Joe. And when Joe received the package, he's like, you know what, man, I'm sorry. He had his hand out like he wants to shake my hand. He's like, I know what you're trying to do. It's not your fault, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. I'm sure he was doing that in case he thinks I may change my mind. But I didn't change my mind. I made note of what happened, and, you know, it's completely on the jailers to do what they want to do tomorrow. They either give it to him or not. I think the next day when I was off, they ended up giving Joe the commissary anyway, which I don't think he deserves it, but you know what, it's too late now. I can't control that, so yeah. Anyhow, this is probably a shorter motovlog than usual. I'm sorry about that. Again, I'm on a very short break. This is literally my only day off. I've been all over the place, mostly in Texas. I'm currently helping out Walmart with the holiday season, so I've been shipping groceries from their distribution centers to pretty much all over Texas, mostly by the U.S.-Mexican border, so Laredo, McAllen, Brownsville, Eagle Pass, you know, all those places. But anyway, I have to go back to work tomorrow. I was just able to be close enough to where I can be home and, you know, make sure Chilo's running fine, make sure everyone at home is fine. It only sucks because I had to choose from either renting a car or taking the bus, so I chose renting a car because it wasn't that much of a price difference. I ended up renting a Mitsubishi Outlander. It's an okay SUV. The inside is a bit cheap, but they are one of the cheaper SUVs on the market right now, so that's probably something to expect, but I mean, it's okay. But yeah, aside from that, gosh, what else? What other updates do I have? For those who follow me when I voice act, after, gosh, I think it's been a little over a year or two since my voice was actually used in something. I've auditioned for so many projects over the past few years, and let me tell you, it's kind of rare for my projects, not my projects, what the hell am I talking about? Ha! They're mine now! I voiced it and this is mine! Okay, no. What I meant to say is, for those projects, for them to see the light of day. It's really sad. Sometimes it gets canceled altogether, sometimes it gets rewritten, and I get recasted, or I just, it's one of those things where I just can't help it. I mean, I can't control that. So, anyway, seems like after a little over a year or two, finally something has came out that I'm happy about. And I mentioned several episodes ago about this series called 12. They had their final audition. I went ahead and auditioned for it, and I did get the part. And thankfully, the episode that I am in finally came out. Episode 11. Anyways, not a big deal. It's not a big part. I played the owner of this dog who was kind of the main character in this episode, but I had a fairly good amount of lines, so I was really happy with it. So, in case you guys are really curious, I mean, you should actually check out the first episode and just watch it all the way through. But I know some of you guys are probably not into that kind of stuff, so if you're more curious about how I did, I'll put in the link for episode 11. I come on pretty much at the very beginning, after the title, the opening. I pretty. Let's try that again. I pretty much come in after the title sequence, talking to my dog, and that's kind of it. I mean, I have a few other lines in between, but not so much. Anyway, it's just after so many attempts and tries, finally something comes out, and I'm pretty happy that it did happen. Again, not the biggest deal in the world, but I am legitimately happy that it finally happened. Anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Again, I'm sorry this is the relatively shorter blog. I do hope you enjoyed the jailer stories. If you want to hear more, let me know. And I'm hoping every time I get on this motorcycle, I'll come up with other stories to tell, like stories that actually happened, not just as a corrections officer, but as a trucker, as a security guard, if I think of anything else, etc., etc. But anyway, thank you guys so much for checking in on this episode of the motovlog. I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully it won't take me forever for the next one to come out. Take it easy, everyone. Goodbye.